All right, Shalom. I want to start by giving our praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well, and also to their elders, the men that taught them. I pray the Lord have peace, blessings, and mercy upon the households of the hopeful elect. This is the brother Shema One from the Great Millstone Houston Church. And today I want to come with a lesson, just going into the importance of cleaving to this word, man, and understanding it. You know, understanding the prophecies, understanding the doctrine that's being taught, where you won't be deceived by the wiles of the devil. You won't be deceived in these last times, because the times that we're coming into, just like the times that we could look at before, whenever the Demic popped off, a bad time was taking place, and many people did not know what to do. They didn't move in a way that you should have moved according to the scriptures. That's why you had a lot of people go down to the doctors and get that thing in them, get that juice in them, which, you know, now you could look back and look at all the articles and everything that came out from taking that, and you can see how that wasn't the correct way to move. But whenever all hell breaks loose, people panic and they make moves that are detrimental. So this is a part of not being deceived whenever trouble comes. You just having faith in the Lord and not being moved because we believe in what the word says. You know, so with that being said, I'm going to get into it, and I pray this will be edifying unto the Lord's elect. I'm going to start here, Revelations chapter 19 and verse 20, just going into the point of the severity of being deceived, like how bad and how tragic it will be if you're one of those that are deceived and you really don't apply the scriptures, nor you lack the understanding of the scriptures. So let me get it. Revelations 19 and 20, it says, "And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him." And ultimately, this is going into the downfall of Esau Edom. Whenever Yahweh Shai makes his return, it previously reading in the chapter, it tells you he's coming back to conquer, right? Shit, really, you could start at verse 11 and read down, but it goes into Yahweh Shai, you know, getting his authority, you know. But the beast, Esau Edom, overall, and that false prophet goes back to the Roman Catholic Empire. The Roman Catholic Church. I was about to say Roman Catholic Empire. Shit, it was like one. But going back to the Roman Catholic Church, and really everything that stems from that, you know, covering up the images, covering up the true gospel, you know, replacing it with the peace and love, and just adding to the scriptures. And that has deceived a lot of people just on that alone. You know, they weaken the truth and the severity of the scriptures. You know, we ought to fear the Lord whenever we approach him, not just that old jolly, you know, lollygaggy type of spirit that they push. But let me continue reading. It says that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of burning, into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. So if you are deceived and you get led to take the mark, as we just read, and you worship the image of the beast, the outcome is tasting part of that second death, getting caught up in that destruction that is gonna be present when the Lord makes his return, man. So just going into it again, overall, how it mentioned, it says, with which had deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. So if you take the mark, you've been deceived. That's why it's important to know and understand what the mark is. It is a physical thing that's going to be placed inside of your skin. subdermal. It's gonna go underneath your skin, and it's gonna cause, you know, to buy or sell. It's gonna allow you to continue in the way that that life has been, buying and selling, you know, continuing on your everyday. But, and also other perks, you know, other perks to it that may seem like perks, but the end thereof will lead to your ass getting burnt up and left in that fire. But then it says, and also them that worship the image, and the image of the beast is pretty much the revised Roman Empire. You know how it was in the ancient Roman times, that system that was set up, its laws, legislations, even its architecture, you know, that whole setup is basically here today. It's just called America, and we got internet, as brothers say. But if you have taken the mark and you're down with the way that this place operates, you're in tune with the system and the way it operates, the scriptures tell us that you're going to be destroyed, and you've been deceived for doing those things. So it's not a light thing to be down with this system. Whatever, you know, goes out from this place, you shouldn't just be going along with it, especially if it contradicts what the Lord tells us we ought to be doing in these last days. We ought to, you know, we ought to apply his words and his commandments, you know, not the commandments of these men, all these laws that change, and all these everything that's being pushed. You know, don't get down with what this man says, because at the end of the day, this nigga is a deceiver, and being deceived will lead to your death. But let me go here to 2 Thessalonians, because it mentions that. Let me read this one in the NLT. So if you have taken the mark, you've been deceived. If you take form of the image of the beast, you've been deceived. And that's not okay, because being stuck and left in that fire burning with brimstone, that's not where anybody wants to be. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 10. One second, let me read it in the NLT. I'm gonna start at verse 8. All right, this is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 8, and I'm gonna read it in the NLT. It says, "Then the man of lawlessness will be revealed, but the Lord Yahushua will slay him with the breath of his mouth and destroy him by the splendor of his coming." And it kind of mentioned that in Revelations 19, what I just read, going into the downfall of Edom, of Esau, Edom, the Edomites. So it's destinated for this man to come out of power, right? So along the way, whenever this nigga gets cast down and placed out of power, he's gonna try to drag everybody down with him, you know? But let me keep reading. It says, "Then the man of lawlessness will be revealed," and that already happened. We know who Esau is, and that's through the spirit, you know? It says, "But the Lord Yahushua will slay him with the breath of his mouth and destroy him by the splendor of his coming." And that's happening right now by the prophets breaking down the truth and removing the stumbling blocks and all the deception that this nigga has, you know, spread amongst our people. And also, whenever Yahushua returns from his appearance, the way he's gonna come, it tells you in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, how the Lord is gonna just wreck shop, and it's gonna be nothing but dust and the smell of smoke whenever Yahushua gets done. So these niggas are finna get zapped. It's finna be a war in heaven, you know, in the sky, not in what people think the kingdom of heaven is. It's gonna be war in the atmosphere, in this atmosphere, and even, you know, in the skies. I should just leave it like that. War in the sky, and Yahushua is coming back in the clouds, as the scriptures say. But we know that those clouds are talking about the chariots, which are heavenly vehicles. Verse 9, it says, "This man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles." That's why you shouldn't, that's why don't get fucking lost and carried away by the shit that these devils push. Because the scriptures tell us this man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. So although it may look good, it's not good. Based off of what the scriptures tell us. This is the guide that we're gonna follow. So whatever happens, no matter how good it may seem, especially when these niggas start, you know, unwinding on the brain chip, and you see all these people with health problems, you know, get cured, so to speak. Oh, he could walk again, they could see again, they could speak again. They have the feeling of this and that. Don't get carried away and don't get amazed by it, because, bro, that shit is counterfeit. When Yahushua healed, he didn't have to hook no damn, he didn't have to use, what is this shit called? Technology. Yahushua used spiritual power. See, spiritual power is not counterfeit. But the way Esau has this shit going and the people tricked, bro, that shit is counterfeit, man. That doesn't come in the form and in that fashion as Yahushua had that true spiritual power. Esau's power is counterfeit. But verse 10, it says, he will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction, because they refuse to love and accept the truth that will save them. So deception is attached to everything that these Edomites push out, and especially focusing on the mark. If you take it, Revelations 14:9 will be your destination. If you take it, Revelations 19:20 will be your destination. That's not a laughing matter. You're over with. You will not experience the first dominion. In the kingdom of heaven being established on this earth, you will be X'd out of that. That's the importance of taking heed to the truth. As the scriptures just read, again, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2:11, 2 and 10 in the NLT. It says he will use every kind of evil deception, right, to fool those on their way to destruction. So those that are gonna be destroyed are the ones that are caught up in Esau's bullshit. You know, the ones that believe everything that he says, the ones that agree with everything that he pushes. You know, without acknowledging the fact that it's counterfeit, it's fake, it's not true, it's falsified. You know, it's not all good. Whenever they say this is the way and this will help you, it's the complete opposite. The scriptures say never trust thine enemy, right? But it says because they refuse to love and accept the truth that would save them. And that's what it boils down to. The truth is able to save if you have the correct doctrine and if you apply it and if you believe in it, because the scriptures tell us this. 1 Thessalonians 4:16, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. Because the Lord has it laid out where the instructions and the guidance that he left for us, if we apply it, we're not gonna fall into that deceit. We're not gonna get carried away and being deceived by this devil, man. But you know, I just wanted to touch that real quick, the importance of not being deceived and actually weighing it in the balance, thinking about the moves that we make now and the things that are about to come. As long as we move according to the scriptures, hey, we're gonna make it. If the Lord has the Ruach HaKodesh upon us and his spirit upon us, man. You know, but other than that, everybody else is going to be deceived. Everybody who listens to this devil is gonna be deceived, man. You know, that's why it's a remnant that the Lord is coming back to gather. Those are the ones that are gonna have faith, because when you have faith, you apply the scriptures. Hey, you're dwelling in the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. So therefore, you're not deceived in following, you know, a damn lie. As Yahushua mentioned in John the 10th chapter, my sheep hear my voice. So we're gonna follow Yahushua according to his way, according to his instructions, you know. Matter of fact, I'll close it with this. 2nd Ezra chapter 16. 1 second. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 75, it says, "Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide." And that's what we have to have faith in. So, and guess what? If we do not doubt his words, right? If we have faith in his words, the Lord is going to be our guide. He's going to direct our paths because we apply what he told us. He told us not to take this. He told us don't entertain that. Don't do this. Stay away from that. Hey, this is your enemy. Don't trust him. This is what you ought to listen to. This is who you ought to cleave to, and so on and so forth. But it says, in the guide of them who keep my commands, my commandments and precepts. The commandments and precepts. Hey, walking in the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, right? That's going to lead us to keep the commandments. The Lord tells us not to do something for a reason, right? And we do it. Then it says, and his precepts, whatever is written in the scriptures, front to back, that's what we apply. Then it says, just to finish it off, let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. You know, just having a healthy fear and a healthy faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. You know, he said he's going to come through and guide us. So no matter what happens, that's what we have to live by. Because we just read how many people are going to be deceived. And that's whenever that deception comes, whenever you stop having faith in the Lord. You know, whenever you have fear to everything else but Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, that's how you fuck up. That's how you make the wrong move, the wrong judgments. You know, so I just wanted to get that real quick. I pray this was edifying to the Lord's elect. Again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Teach them well. Shalom.